I'm Julie Sullivan-Springhetti, the Multnomah County Communications Director. I'd like to begin by saying that this morning at 5:42 a.m., Chair Deborah Kafoury declared a state of emergency in East Multnomah County. This is from Gresham to Troutdale through the Columbia Gorge. This gives the chair broad administrative authority to take the steps and enter into the agreements with other agencies to preserve the safety and welfare of those who are affected. And with that, I'd like to have Damon, if you would talk a little bit about the fire, and then we'll talk about the evacuation.
Yeah, so the fire situation, we're still getting a handle on everything that happened last night. Like I said, that fire made a big push last night. So crews are out there now assessing exactly what happened. They're dealing with a lot of factors, like we've got rocks in a lot of roads. So when a fire blows through, it disturbs a lot of the vegetation. Rocks will roll into roads. So crews are assessing what's going on. They're making their way through these communities and trying to see exactly where they can help, where they can make a difference, and figuring out exactly what burned and what didn't. At this point in time, we don't have any homes that were burned, but we're still assessing the situation. So more to come, but we're figuring things out right now.
Could you describe it?
We don't have an acreage yet. We're still working on getting that information as well.
Could you describe about the lodge?
Can we hold quick? Sorry.
Multnomah County Lodge is still intact, still in good shape. Crews were able to protect that last night. They worked hard overnight protecting that. It is still threatened though by fire, but right now it's doing okay.
Could you describe seeing it around Multnomah Falls, the lodge there, the outbuildings, the fire response, and all the rest of that, please?
Yeah, I'll tell you, driving through last night, it's pretty surreal to see that area on fire, and I think we've shared some of the video that I took when I was going through there. You know, you see fire above and working its way through those areas where those beautiful falls are, and it's pretty heartbreaking. But I know that our crews worked hard to protect those lodges, and by our crews I mean crews from all around Oregon work together to protect the lodge, and as well as the Forest Service working and Oregon Department of Forestry. It's a big team effort to save those homes and save those important structures.
What are some of the obstacles you're facing in fighting this?
Like I said, we've got a lot of rolling debris. That fire made a big push at night, so that creates an extra danger. Working in and around the BPA power lines, they were great partners for us. They de-energized a lot of power lines, and they were able to reroute some of those, is my understanding, so that people didn't lose power. But you know, there's just a lot going on, but the biggest thing was that wind pushing through and making that fire move so quickly. It was, you know, when fire moves like that, you just have to do what you can and then get out of the way and get back in as quickly as you can. So it was a real fight for our crews last night. We pulled in more crews, we woke up day crews and got them out in the field, but it was a scramble and a real fight.
Lieutenant, as this thing moves so quickly and the community is already threatened, what can you say about some of the bigger communities that you talk about, Troutdale, even to here? I mean, it's moved so fast. Should people in Troutdale, should people in Sandy, is that a risk at this point, or is it something to start to consider?
You know, for sure the Sheriff's Office will let you know if those communities are at risk. Right now, I don't feel like they are. I think they're looking like they're in good shape. As we get out of that urban interface is what we call it, where we have a lot of the more rural areas and the big stands of trees, the danger of these kinds of fires pushing through as severely lowers. So our hope is that we can just get ahead of this thing, and like I've told you guys earlier, we really need the cooperation of the weather. We need the cooperation of the public too, though. That's the biggest thing, and we just need people, when we ask them to evacuate, when we ask them to stay out of these neighborhoods, to really help us out so that we can focus on that fire.